Good afternoon. It is Thursday, March 14th, 2019, and this is the afternoon edition of Morning Ruck March with Sergeant Woodard and Private Gus. I didn't go out early in the morning with Gus today because, well, I slept in. Why did I sleep in? I was tired. So, anyways, Gus woke me up about 3:30 this morning, and I said, well, I got a couple more hours, went back to sleep, ended up sleeping through a couple of, or in fact, all my alarms, and which is new. But I guess when you go so long without sleep or with minimal sleep, sooner or later, it's going to catch up with you and you need to get some sleep to catch up. So that's what I did. So Gus and I are going to head out to Stovall Park. I'm taking a lighter ruck it's more of an assault pack that I've had since about 2001 time frame. It's made by Camelback. It's a great little ruck. I mean, you can pack it with all kinds of stuff. It literally will carry up to 100 pounds depending on what you're putting in there. Plus, and it's got good spots where you can hook a dog onto it as well, which is very important for what I'm going to do. So that's what we're going to do. Three things I want to cover before Gus and I go out today. Three very important things. And they are the following: kids with cell phones, walking; kids with backpacks, walking; third, the higher education entrance exam scandal. So let's talk number one: cell phones. Kids and parents, you got to square your kids away on all these things. It's going to save their life or save them a lot of pain. Okay. You see these kids walking along, looking at the ground, looking at the cell phone, playing on it, whatever, and they're not aware of what's going on around them. Tactical Dalai Lama always says, raise cell phone by 2 inches, increase situational awareness. That's what we got to do with our kids. Got to teach them to lift up that phone and notice what's going on around them. In fact, why don't we teach the kids to put the damn things down to begin with? You get in the car and you go with the kids and they're playing on the phone instead of knowing what's going on around them. They're going to get lost. I see it all the time. Kids have no clue where they're at. And yes, I just ended a sentence with a preposition. We can go further if you'd like. Number two, kids with backpacks. Parents, square those kids away. I see these kids walking along with backpacks hanging down on their backside, looking like, and these kids literally look like aviators from World War II with their parachutes on their butt. You know what that's doing to them? And they're carrying tons of books. We're talking probably about 30, 40 pounds additional weight on their lower back. And you know what that's doing to them? It's pulling the spine out. So you're going to end up having 17 and 18-year-old kids going into the chiropractor having to get fixed, or even possibly have back surgery because they threw their backs out. Square them away. I know Coach Harrington has squared some kids away up there at Martin on that, running up to them and yanking them down and scoring, taking care of them and pulling it up. But parents, talk to your kids about how important it is to carry that weight higher up on their body, because otherwise they're going to have a lot of physical issues later on in life. Think about it. Third thing, the higher education entrance exam scandal. Also, my entire life I've lived by a code of honor. Down at A&M, it was codified as I will not lie, cheat, or steal, and I will not tolerate those that do. This entire education entrance exam debacle, where people paid this individual hundreds of thousands of dollars to maybe $1 million or so to cheat on the SAT and ACTs, or have the proctor, whatever it was cheating. That was wrong. Stealing, unfair advantage. These kids are getting an unfair advantage over kids who are probably more qualified and deserving of a higher education than they are, because those kids have worked very hard beginning in 7th and 8th grade in order to get into advanced placement classes at the high school level, and then we're in AP courses or STEM courses all the way through high school, even just to get some college credits. And then because they didn't rank a certain area or someone cheated on the SAT or ACT, these kids aren't able to get into one of these elite institutions. And when I say elite, I'm going to use air quotes, because I don't really see what's so elite about them. And honestly, folks, let's be honest about this. A lot of that's just bragging rights for the parents. Oh, Junior was able to get into Yale, or Junior was able to get into Harvard, or whatever. Yeah, you cheated to get them in there. You lied, you cheated, and you stole so that those kids can get in there. And it's wrong. And I could write volumes upon what is wrong with that, but I think each one of us knows that this does not help build character in the kids that are involved. If they get into that college and they end up partying all the time, I'm just here for the experience. Football games and partying, they're not going to last. But they've already stolen that slot from someone else who's a lot more deserving than what they are. So those are my bugaboos for the day. It's wrong. I hope these people get punished. For a certain senator who used the very same thing, was very hypocritical by saying that she condemns him but doesn't condemn herself, a pox upon her, and I hope it's a big pussy pox. Cell phones, bring them up higher or put them away when you're walking. Backpacks, higher up on center of mass, not going to throw your back out. Cheating to get your kids into an elite university. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Lying, cheating, stealing. Wrong. I condemn you for it. And as Forrest Gump would say, that's all I got to say about that. So anyways, Gus and I are going to head up to the park. We're going to knock out about, as far as we can go. It's a nice big loop. It's a beautiful day outside. And so we're going to take advantage of it. And it's not dark, and I'm not going to trip over anything. So it's Sergeant Woodard and Gus, once he finishes his business, we're out. So he's having a good old time. Gus, having fun? Yes, that's my boy, Private Gus. Out in front, just having a good old time. All right, Gus, you got your toy. Let's move forward. Get it. I'm going to shut off. Sergeant Woodard out. Now, one of the things I really love about Stovall Park is this wide open prairie that you have out here. The city of Arlington is good enough to preserve this little patch of blackland prairie. You see a fellow out there with his butterfly net, and in about a month or two, this entire patch is going to be full of nothing but beautiful wildflowers. Butterflies, bees, and butterfly catchers. It's great. There's another great thing about the park too. There's workout stations. Of course, after our rain yesterday, this turned into pools. But of course, Gus doesn't care. He's just not going to be doing any pull-ups on these bars. Come on, son. Let's go. All right, Private, move out. There's another great view of the park. And over here are the tennis courts. Behind that, the basketball courts, and then the sand volleyball pits. And so, if you like getting outside, this is the place for you. Private Gus, this really is the place for you. Okay.
Time 20 minutes 18.
Okay, right there is the Bad Konashagen Water Park. It's one of the, I would say, one of the jewels in the crown of the Parks and Recreation Department for Arlington, Texas. There's another park just like it up on the north side of town at Randall Mill Park. But this is a place where we would bring the girls and their friends for all kinds of after school, or I guess graduation functions, kindergarten graduation, first grade graduation, you know, end of year type functions. And you got water slides and everything. It's a great place. Wading pools. I mean, just like a regular everyday water park. And this, of course, is one of my favorite sections right here. These black pines were put in here as windbreaks years ago. But to me, especially at this time of year, when you've got the red buds And then of course all the blooming trees around here. It just kind of reminds me like a little piece of East Texas. And it's pretty. So I kind of like to step here every now and then, stop, listen to the wind through the pines. Again, that kind of reminds me of Colorado too. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. At times I sit back and reflect. And then of course there are the pavilions there in the background where we've come up for church picnics and the like. So this is an excellent park. It's just on Sublet Road, just off of South Bowen. Well, we just wrapped up about 3.34 miles. Gus is worn out. Apparently that's how he was acting until he got in the car. And he's panting pretty hard, but we had a good afternoon stroll. And now it's back to the house to take care of other things. So I am going to wrap this up for the day. I hope everyone had a fantastic Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And then the weekend. So everyone have a great day. Sergeant Woodard and a very tired Private Gus. And we are out. And that's what I call a happy ending on a date night. Pew, pew.